Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here, and it's been a long time since I've even said that name, Unrested. You may have noticed I actually changed the channel back from Scott Ackerman to Unrested, and that I've been gone for ages now. I think 3 months total is what I've been gone, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I don't know if I can go completely into it in this video. I'd probably have to put aside a video entirely just for explaining where I've been all this time, but pretty much I had my LAL thing go on for a while, and I did actually put a few teachers through some training here. I got a couple people some jobs out here in Japan. Some things still fell through. Still had a couple people try to swindle me a little bit more, but I had my eyes open to it this time and was able to catch it before anything really went down. But more or less to say, it kind of taught me over the time that I was doing this and not online that it was such a draw on my motivation and my creativity and my free time that I was drained completely, even from making videos on YouTube. It was crazy. And it was actually a really hard time in my life. Like, I started to question quite a bit of, like, do I want to stay in Japan forever? And the question is still, yes. I mean, the answer is still yes to that question. I'm going to stay in Japan forever. I've been here, what, like 11 or 12 years now. I've lost count at this point. I've been here so long. But will the LAL continue? No, I don't think, I can't foresee that continuing unless I completely reformat and change how I go about selecting people, interviewing people, taking people on for jobs here, getting people jobs here, and setting up almost everything. Of course, that's something I will address, like I said, in a separate video completely, because if I try to go into it now, I'll get sidetracked so much I'll forget what I even started recording this video for. And this video is pretty much just to say, hi, I'm back. And during the time that I've been gone, I've been really thinking it over about what I miss with making videos, what I don't miss with making videos, what kind of makes me shy away from making videos, like gets me so turned off to YouTube that I just can't even stand to look at it. For example, things like Logan Paul, Jake Paul. I mean, those are two things right there. Drama within, obviously, even the J-Vlogger scene, something I still get messages nonstop about, even during the entire time that I was off. It's something I never want to touch ever again. But there was a part of me that actually missed the teaching about Japan aspect of my videos. The only problem is the videos I've covered already still concern the fact that I've covered damn near every topic in Japan, and I'm burnt out on doing that, of covering every topic within Japan or questions about Japan. Because, I mean, I could answer the same ones over and over again and create the same video again and again, but even my own most hardcore subscribers who've stayed with me through all this, thank you so much. Even you guys would get sick of it. And understandably so, rightfully so. So I had to consider, how could I get into talking about Japan, which is something I can't really separate from my life, seeing as I will live here forever. But give my viewers something new, or I'm just not rehashing old subjects and questions over and over again. JFAC was fun. It was a good time. It taught people a lot, and people thanked me a lot for it, and I had a good time making it, and it made my channel. But, yeah, again, I mean, if I answer, how do I get a job in Japan, like 5 more times, people will be like, unsubscribe, which a lot of people will unsubscribe. I'm sure people will unsubscribe while I've been gone. I think I've dropped below 100,000 subscribers. That's okay. I've really come to the fact that I don't really care so much about subscribers as I care about the conversations I have with you guys. That's way more important to me, and something I really missed. You, the genuine viewer of a channel, asking me about things going on in their own life, actual legitimate questions about other people's videos on Japan. Obviously I've already gotten a million questions about the whole Logan Paul incident, Naoki Gahara, which I'm not even gonna. We know it's stupid. We know that guy's a complete fucking idiot. I mean, there's how much more can we say about it? It's been done to death. I guess let me just get into what I think I want to try and start doing with my channel now. And I know I've been all over the place in the past, and kind of I think that's why I quit in the middle of last year, was I just didn't find what I like doing consistently is a good way to answer it. You know, I was doing scary videos, and I was doing comic videos, and I was doing drawing videos, and I was doing life advice videos, and my stuff was all over the place. Some people stuck with all of that. Were like, yeah, I'm cool with any of this stuff. I don't care. But really, you've got to be consistent in some aspect of your channel. Yeah, once in a while you can do an off-topic video. That's okay. Or try something a little different. That's okay. But I think there does have to be some sort of consistent theme, as I mean, YouTube is pretty much everyone's go-to source for some sort of viewing pleasure. I did try to spread my wings and fly out onto the format of VidMe, and we can all see where that went. VidMe crashed and went down and went bankrupt, and so I felt like that was a message to me that as much as you might hate YouTube, and I understand if you hate YouTube, and I understand if I hate YouTube, and we hate having to deal with its analytics and algorithms that make no sense, are completely unfair, unbalanced, and have no human backup whatsoever, that we're kind of left without a choice. I'm left without a choice as to where to upload this medium, and you're not really left with the choice of where to watch it either. So sadly, I will have to continue here and just bear with it. There's not really a good answer to that, or a good answer of how I can get away from that. It's just a simple fact. So after considering everything, I've decided where I'm going to go with this channel is talking about life in general, but with an Eastern influence that I received from here in Japan. Many of the questions I still get are very vague in the sense of they don't attribute themselves to a subject that is a constant JFAQ within Japan. Like, they don't say, what is a Japanese temple or a shrine? They just say, what would Japanese do in this situation? Or what would a Buddhist do in this situation? Or what would someone who follows Shinto or Buddhist teachings or Eastern lifestyle or Confucianism, what would they do in this situation? And that is something that will never be a fully answered question, because obviously we live a life of forking paths. And that led me to think about, you know what? I could start to talk about that. I could start to talk about how do I, and my life has definitely changed, and the way I live it has definitely changed, live an Eastern lifestyle as a Westerner, which is, it's somewhat unique in Japan. I mean, we make up 1% of the population, so there's not a lot of Westerners living an Eastern lifestyle here. There's not even a lot of Westerners here. So I can talk to people about what life here has done for me as far as changing my life, that I continue living it in an Eastern style. Even when I go back to America, I don't suddenly like become very American anymore. In fact, I barely feel like an American anymore when I go there. Everything's changed so much. It's not anything on America or anything on me. It's just the natural progression of living life abroad for a very long time. But when I go there, I notice, for example, things like I'm way more polite than I used to be, because there's a certain level of politeness that's always issued throughout Japan, even within like the lowest levels of customer service. Not just between that person working customer service, but you in turn talking to customer service agents. You would treat everybody with the same amount of respect as if you were even still talking to the emperor. You'd use polite language. You'd use keigo. You wouldn't expect things too fast or too rushed or special treatment or anything because you're paying a certain amount. Whereas in America, that's not always the case. I'm not pointing out specific examples of people or types of people. I'm just saying people aren't as polite in America. Fact of the matter. Sorry, gonna say it. And so that's kind of carried over with me. I've learned to speak in more lower tones, less aggressively, Not necessarily in a weak manner where I'm like, oh yes, of course, you can do anything you want, you can walk all over me, but more so in a manner of very calm and slowly and thinking about each thing I say, taking my time with the way I answer things, the way I address people, a little bit of everything, even my step, my walk, my progression through even the activities I do through the day. I won't say that I'm extremely slow now with how I do them. In fact, I'm probably more sped up, but I'm mindful. And that becomes part of Eastern living. There's a lot of mindfulness going on. Not just doing the dishes because the dishes need to get done, but thinking about the dishes as you do them. These are the kind of aspects of life that I'm not saying it's the right way to live your life or it's the perfect way to live your life. Hell, it may suck for some people. It may be totally counter to their entire personality or disposition. I'm just saying this is the way I live. And I want to give you a glimpse into that, some advice from that perspective, and some tips for how you too can live your life this way if it suits you. That is what I'm going to try. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to see where it takes this channel, how well it's received, and it's gonna, it allows me to do some pretty broad things. Like I can film a day within Japan of how I live it, but I also can just sit down with you right now like I'm doing and make a very easy, quick video talking about how I handled some sort of situation in Japan. Tell me what you think. Tell me how angry you are that I was gone for so long. Tell me you're going to unsubscribe. That's fine too. I mean, if it's not your thing, don't worry about it. There's no hard feelings from me. Tell me what you think about me coming back to do this. If you feel like this is enough involvement from Japan, and if this is something you'd want to watch and listen to. It's good to be back. I hope you're happy to have me back, and Happy New Year.